Hi, good morning, Dana. $8.4 million will be taken from the Denver police budget. This is to help fund a nearly $90 million aid package to address the city's migrant crisis.
Okay, so we have to talk about the woke city of Denver. And I think this story is hilarious because it's about illegal immigrants. It's about these migrants infiltrating the country and these left-wing voters, all of these Democrats in these sanctuary cities supporting these policies, voting for these woke politicians. And now they're bitching and crying about getting exactly what they voted for. So Denver has been hit with 40,000 illegal immigrants since 2022, last 2 years or so. Greg Abbott has been shipping them all over the country. See, they originally thought that they were going to just have them stay in Texas. Everything was going to be all good. We can let the Republicans deal with it. And eventually, maybe we'll even turn Texas to a purple state, maybe into a blue state by having illegal immigrants vote, having their children vote Democrat. But it hasn't worked out. So Denver has been issued a list of demands by the illegal immigrants. Can you imagine that? These people stormed into the country, came in illegally, went to Denver, and are now telling the mayor how things are going to work, telling the mayor what he needs to do, and the taxpayers what they need to pay for over there in Denver. And again, it's a woke, left-wing sanctuary city. So these people, instead of deporting them, they're trying to negotiate, and in some cases, they're even capitulating to this list of demands. So the budget cuts in Denver have been drastic. 10% of the budget, taxpayer money. This isn't money out of thin air. This isn't money that the mayor and the politicians in Denver have. This is the money that they suck from the taxpayers' paychecks. $120 million. Their budget deficit is $120 million because that's what they're going to spend on these illegal immigrants. So now we have taxpayers who are pissed about it.
We need to take care of citizens in Aurora. We have homeless people. We have people, Denver, buzzing in people. They don't know where they're going. They just go, oh, I'm in Aurora. This is my home. This is my safety. You need to take a reference of it. I've been a citizen of Aurora for over 20 years. I am an Air Force veteran. I live in this city.
So Denver, even though they spent all this money, even though they stole all this money from their woke citizens and spent it on the legal immigrants, they're running out of money. So they can't afford these hotels, these nice luxury hotels, giving the illegal immigrants all types of fancy free stuff that regular citizens can't even get. All the health care and everything, they're running out of money. So what they've been doing over the last month or so, been begging the illegal immigrants to leave. They were trying to scare the illegal immigrants, saying, look, we don't have anything. If you stay here, you're going to suffer. We're bone dry. Please leave. We'll give you a ticket to anywhere. We'll send you to New York. We'll send you to Chicago. Hell, we'll even send you to Canada. So let's take a look at one of these guys who works for the mayor, one of these left-wing activist politicians over there in Denver, begging. First he tries to scare him, and he resorts to begging, and it doesn't work out for him.
The opportunities are over. That's Andres Carrera, political director for Denver Mayor Mike Johnston.
Nueva York te da más, Chicago te da más. Entonces sugiero que vaya por allá, donde hasta también con un albergue de más largo plazo, también hay más oportunidades de trabajo por allá.
Carrera is Denver's so-called newcomer communications liaison. That means that he meets the busloads of new arrivals. The city says this group got here on March 26, sent up by Texas's Republican Governor Greg Abbott. He warns them the jobs, the resources, the opportunities have already gone to the 40,000 migrants who came to Denver before them.
Hemos recibido demasiados migrantes y por eso se acabaron los recursos. Mira, no te vamos a bloquear. Si quieres permanecer aquí, no estoy aquí para bloquearte. Estoy aquí para avisarte que tu camino no ha terminado. Si permanecen aquí, vas a sufrir hasta más. Y esto no lo quiero ver.
Parents listen quietly as children play on the floor. As Denver tells these families that have sometimes walked from one continent to another that they just have to keep moving. But they don't have to walk. Denver will buy them a bus ticket.
Tu camino no ha terminado. Tu camino no ha terminado. Que viajas un tantito más. No tienes que caminar por ningún parte. Podemos comprarte boleto gratuito. Puedes ir a cualquier ciudad. Hasta la frontera de Canadá te llevamos. Donde sea.
The city says it won't buy bus tickets to Canada. but it will help migrants get to American border cities up north. It's a desperate pitch by Denver, a city that has taken in more migrants per capita than any city outside the southern border, and is looking at $120 million in budget cuts to pay for migrant services. The moment of truth. Who in the crowd wants to go to a different city? And who wants to stay in Denver? Todos, a migrant says. Everyone.
He saw at the end. He said, okay, raise your hands if you want to go anywhere in the world but Denver. Raise your hands. Nobody raised their hands, but everybody raised their hands when he asked if they want to stay in Denver. So it looks like they're stuck with the problem. Trying to scare him, trying to give him free tickets. None of that has worked out for him. Woke Mayor Mike Johnson and his politicians, his cronies, his corrupt Democrats down there in Denver, none of it has worked out for him. So they're stuck. All of these freebies, you've given them housing, put them closer to schools. Their kids are comfortable. They're set where they are. So they're saying we're citizens of Denver now. So we're not going to go anywhere. And the mayor has pretty much capitulated. He's built more shelters, stolen more money from these people's paychecks, and built more shelters for these people. And now he's begging the people, please come in the shelter. A lot of them are living under bridges. They're living outside of public buildings. They're living all over the place. They're creating these homeless encampments. So the mayor is saying, please come to these taxpayer-funded shelters that we built. And that's where we're going to get to the list of demands. These people said, look, we got nothing to say to you until you heed our list of demands. Until you do what we want you to do, we ain't got nothing to say. We're going to do whatever we want to do in Denver. We're going to live what we want to do in Denver. We're going to SWAT houses. We're going to do whatever we want until you capitulate. So let's take a look at this clip here, this news clip. Going to give us a little bit more insight. And we're going to take a look at this list of demands that these illegal immigrants have stormed into the country and told Denver that's what they want.
Of migrants staying at an encampment, sending a list of demands to the desk of the mayor of Denver.
And if the demands are met, they say that they'll leave their encampment and move to a city-funded shelter. Oxford Rogelio Male is joining us live with both sides of this issue, all new at 9. Rogelio.
Yeah, Eric and Jeremy, it's kind of a tug of war between both sides. On one side, you've got the migrants who say the city reneged on a deal they made with them. On the other side, you've got the city lobbying these migrants to get.
Why are you making a deal with these people?
Telling us tonight
they come with a list of demands. You come with the cops. You come with ICE and get them the hell out of here. Oh, you can't do that because you're too woke.
A list of demands.
That came after a petition by city officials for migrants to move from this encampment near train tracks under.
Look at that. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go back a little bit. Was that a Palestine flag?
Shelters funded by the city.
Look at that right there. A Palestine flag. Wow. Even the illegal immigrants on it?
And without having any kind of signature for accountability.
That's what migrant advocate V. Reeves says the city responded with instead of meeting the migrants' demands.
We've been offering time and shelter, basically just trying to get families to leave that camp and come inside.
John Ewing with Denver Human Services says shelter comes with its perks, namely getting out of these conditions outdoors.
Which comes with, 3 square meals a day. You can cook your own if you'd like to.
That is one of the main demands by these migrants who have had their grievances in the past about the food provided by the city.
They don't like the
food. There have been
food.
so many complaints about the food being spoiled or not being enough.
The free
and
food.
Malnutrition amongst children.
Migrants who do stay in shelters are often
the
put
poor
on a path
children.
toward a
Their parents
welfare
put the children in these situations.
These folks haven't received the same benefits.
They're not receiving any kind of official housing or immigration document support, which is incredibly necessary for them to be able to navigate the bureaucracy around these systems.
The city says its own offer comes with these benefits.
What do you qualify for?
You know what? Maybe these illegal immigrants, maybe they're not Latinos. They probably are from over there in the Middle East somewhere. Because, again, they come from all over the world. They come right up through Mexico through the southern border.
At the end of the day, what we do not want is families on the streets of
Yeah, they living in filth over there.
yes, of 13 demands to the city.
All right, so let's take a look at this list of demands right here. The migrants should be allowed to cook their own food with fresh, culturally appropriate ingredients, including rice, chicken, flour, tomato, blah, 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 blah. So, again, they don't like the food. They're coming in prepackaged cooked meals. The city has contracted with vendors to supply stuff like this at a reasonable price, even though the price should be zero because they shouldn't be supplying any of it. But the migrants said, look, man, we need you to go grocery shopping for us. I don't know anything about this prepackaged food, whatever this is. Look, I don't want anything from a vending machine. We're not school children. Don't feed us like this. We need you to come with a fresh shopping cart straight from Walmart or whatever grocery store. Fresh ingredients so we can cook it ourselves, or maybe y'all can even hire a chef for us. Have access to showers at all times without time limits. So they're running water, they're using resources, and they just want to chill and relax in the shower. Can we take a 30-minute hot shower without y'all banging on the door telling us to get out? Medical professionals, so they want free healthcare, of course. Something that the taxpayers, these left-wing taxpayers, have been begging for decades. They've been tricked every election cycle. Democrats like Obama, like Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, talking about, oh, we're going to take care of you with health care and all of that. It never works out. But these illegal immigrants, they come in right away, they get free health care, but it's been kind of cut off. So they're saying, don't cut it off, we need more. The group will receive the same housing support offered to others, and city officials will not kick people out in 30 days. Hey, don't evict us, no time limits. We'll stay here, and we'll tell you when we're going to leave. A clear and just process for removing someone, including verbal, written, and final warning. So they want to make it much harder to kick someone out the shelter, even if someone has been doing something that warrants kicking them out. They want you to go through a whole bureaucratic system in order to get someone out. Employment support, help us get some work. Free consultations with lawyers. Wow. So the taxpayers are going to have to pay these immigration lawyers in order to give the consultations for free to these illegal immigrants. Privacy for families in the shelters. Wow. So not only free spaces to live, but we don't want you peeping in. We don't want to be in a big open space. We need our own residence without anybody worried about what we're doing. No verbal, physical, or mental abuse by shelter staff, and no 24/7 monitoring by law enforcement. Yeah, that's been a running theme not only in Denver, but in New York, Chicago. They've been saying, oh, we're getting bullied. The security guards talking trash to us. All day laughing at us. We don't want anybody being mean to us. And damn sure don't keep the police around here. 24/7 monitoring by law enforcement. Now, look, if you weren't doing anything rancid, if you weren't doing anything that you shouldn't be doing, maybe you would want to welcome the cops. I don't know. In these type of environments, because if you're living there with your family in a big open space and you got all types of people there, you got hundreds of people there, maybe thousands of people there, wouldn't you want some tight security? You got people from cartels, you got terrorists, you got all types of people coming in, and you got your little children there, and you're saying, no, we don't want law enforcement. We need security to get back. You should welcome that, unless, who knows? Transportation for children to and from school. Wow, that would be a nice luxury, because a lot of people, everyday citizens, have to work on certain hours because they have to drive their children to and from school. They have to pay for it. They got to pay for the transportation, for the gas and all of that. Some people get buses, but a lot of people have to drive their children. But these people want it free. No separation of families, regardless of whether those families have been children. Well, have they been separating families? I thought they said only Trump did that. Oh, he putting kids in cages. But the Democrats keep the families together. Based on this list of demands, it's been happening in Denver because they're telling the mayor, look, you don't separate our families. The Democrat mayor. A meeting with the mayor. Wow. Even regular citizens, you know the hoops people have to jump through to get a meeting with the mayor. But these people are demanding a meeting with the mayor and those involved in running city's program, blah, blah, blah. And finally, all shelter residents will be provided with a document signed by a city official in English and Spanish. Y'all better learn Spanish. We know we broke into the United States, and this is a English-speaking nation. But that doesn't matter. You learn Spanish so you can accommodate us in our own language. And containing the list of demands and the number to call to report violations. So we need y'all to write, seal, and sign this document. And we need somebody to snitch. If a security guard laugh at us, if the food is nasty, if I see a roach over here, if I see somebody peeping in on what me and my family are doing, banging on the door while I'm taking a shower, we need to report a violation. Maybe we want that person fired. Or maybe we may even need more accommodations. So that's the list of demands, and I'm pretty sure that the mayor, the Democrats, are going to capitulate to a lot of it. They're going to steal money from the taxpayers in order to accommodate these people, because that's how woke they are. They sang this tune forever. When Trump said he wanted to build a wall, when Republicans called for mass deportation, they said, oh, it's bigotry, it's racist. Look at Greg Abbott, he's racist. He doesn't want them to live in Texas. So now when they come to your doorstep, you trap yourself, because you talked all this trash, even though the Democrats themselves, they don't want the migrants there. They were begging them to leave you. So But since they trap themselves in their own left-wing identity politics type statements, they have no choice but to suck money dry from their taxpayers and spend it on people who shouldn't even be there. These people are so damn bold that they are making a list of demands, demanding to meet the mayor, demanding that he do this, and they're already in negotiations. The mayor's saying, look, man, let's just negotiate. Let's talk about this. Why don't he storm these shelters with the damn cops and get these people the hell out of there? Send them wherever the hell they came from. Oh no, he's not going to do that. So, taxpayers in Denver, the people with anger and all that, you get what you vote for. This is what you wanted. You wanted these woke activists as your leadership, as your politicians, as your mayors, people in Congress. This is what you got. So let me know what you guys think of this. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.